So he was still able to have a decent amount of impact throughout the game, and was able to get a couple of clutch disarms onto Tomato more than a few times.
Well done. Well, I'm really excited to see this game too. There's another point as well to be made for why TSM is playing this, and you made this point a little bit, Richie, earlier in the first draft, which is that they're looking to see if they can solidify that mid to late game ending of the games, you know, making sure that they don't make the wrong decisions. They've had usually like maybe 5 minutes of loose Dota, not the tightest Dota, not the efficient one, and this is a good, really good practice session for them.
For sure. I think, you know, the case in point here for this one is right about that second Aegis, right, where Brian was able to snatch it. However, Yuragi still getting the shard.
Right.
OG with a pretty good pick-off, as they are able to kill, I believe, Moon Meander right after he bought Blink Dagger, so he didn't have buyback for that crucial fight, right? Against Ursa, you always want to contest second Roche with everything you got.
Sure.
TSM, of course, still well aware of that, so they show up to the fight anyway, and Timato in position, ready to go at that time with the Eye of Scotty, is actually still able to beat back the rest of OG despite, you know, being a man down.
Yeah. We're going to have to see. As in this game number 2, I'm interested in what these drafts could turn into as well. I'm curious because both TSM bring something different to the table. I mean, they seem really prepared with the first couple of picks, getting rid of Amar. Viper seems someone stall Amar, like he plays these lane dominators. Well, the Huskar, for example, which is a while, still a possible lane dominator for him. What about this kid?
Done in the past before. Some people say it came from SEA, some people say it came from NA, but
the people from SEA are right.
Are correct. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
It was Zephyr. But
thank you.
The big thing is they had that flexibility. You have the potential to move this Viper into a support role, whether it be 4 or 5, if you were really wanting.
Oh, I thought I was going to get to say hi to myself. Did you see that? Timato was opening the Twitch stream.
But basically, it meant that you didn't have that danger of being run over. Like I said, they picked that Marcy super early on. It's a very dangerous lane if you're having to go up against that as a Viper. So
hey, what's up, Timato? How's it going?
You'll love it. You'll love to see it. But yeah, it's basically coming through where they use this DK to maximum effect, right? I think it's just so good at so many things. You've got farming potential. You've got pushing potential. You're sturdy. You can go into multiple lanes. Like, instant stuns for something like a puck if the enemy team chooses to pick it against you. It's just a really solid hero that now even has the potential to go late game with the Aghanim Scepter. This is something that's come from NA, like Gunner building a Manta style after the Ag Scepter to even give vision, just standing the illusion on high ground.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like at this point, you know, because with the discussion revolving around Amar's heroes, like you have to wonder if TSM ought to go for a slightly different opening, because, well, here's the Timbersaw first phase band again. If they go with the Razor as they have done last game, as they have now done 6 games in a row, you have to wonder if something's not working. Yeah, as OG immediately snap picked the Viper yet again.
Well, okay, but maybe they're following the puppy ideals, and I think there's a point to what he's saying. You know, you stick to your guns. Maybe what's not working is in-game. Maybe what's not working is outside of the draft. And I like that they're sticking to their guns. I agree that they should just keep on trying until they admit that this is broken or find exactly what else is broken here. I mean, Puppy, it took him a whole DPC season, and he's finally figured it out.
Yeah, and it's not to mean that, like, you know, Misery, obviously, pretty smart dude, right? Yeah. I don't think he's in any way surprised, like, oh my god, they picked the Viper again.
No,
like,
they knew it.
They have something prepared for this, right? So yes, I like that you point that out, because, you know, that's not what I was trying to come at this from. It's just...
No, of course,
6 games in a row, we'll see. Maybe this is the one that works for TSM.
I just like stubbornness, you know? The more stubborn you are as a Dota team, I mean, Kuro, he's been stubborn for like 3 years, he's doing it now, so it's just a matter of the long term.
It's a matter of time, you know? Eventually, if you keep hitting that forehead against the wall, it's going to break. One of the two.
That is true. No, the wall. If it's my head, the wall is going to break, let me tell you.
But back to the draft, we do see the Viper come out here. This time around, they made sure to ban the Marcy. They were really scared about the potential of going up against one of the strongest supports in the game for this Viper pick. So this feels like they don't need that flexibility quite as much. I was thinking they might still go down the DK route because it was into the puck. Mid lane, not too bad. You still have the flexibility to move it around, but clearly the Tiny, such a strong pick still as well. So the thing is, for me, I think the way that TSM need to do this is they need to be playing heavily around rotating through to Amar's lane and making sure to punish him. Like, eventually you're going to get a Dragon Lance, you're going to have, like, Power Treads, you know, be this fighting reasonably tanky menace, but if you've got a Nature's Prophet TPing to you, if you've got a Puck rotating to you, you're gonna die, right? There's no way for you to be able to TP away. I want to see a couple of stuns come out for TSM, a strong-ish lane that's going to go even on farm, and then just punish him with kill after kill past the, let's say, 6-minute mark.
Okay.
Yeah, you highlighted the Marcy ban. Last time around for OG, that was instead where the Furion gets banned, so they are going to immediately pick that up for TSM. Perhaps that was part of the strategy versus this Amar kind of threat you're talking about.
And a lot of respect coming through from Dubu as well. I thought he played a pretty good game too. A couple of eggs weren't perfectly on the mark, but the Sunrays almost always were. So making sure to take that away so that TSM don't have that potential. Of course, it's such a great ability to be able to scale into the late game for what we're assuming could potentially be a mid-tiny. Of course, there still is the flexibility, but I think you just want to make sure that that percentage damage against one of the beefiest heroes in the game is taken out of the equation.
Yep. And now TSM takes away the Void Spray just in case Tiny does not go mid. Make sure they take away the biggest Puck response out from the OG pool. We'll see. Maybe this means that TSM is looking to pick other heroes that also deal with a Tiny, like the Bane or Dragon Knight, whatever it is, to make sure that mid-Tiny feels less appealing.
Very possible. I think they could very easily go into a Winter Wyvern though on OG. I think it's very good against the Puck just to be able to set up for that stun combination with the Tiny to come in. Even against the Nature's Prophet, you're able to prevent a lot of the split push. Even just having the Treants there as a target that makes it a full duration Winter's Curse as opposed to just that 2-second one to set up if you're just tossing it out randomly in the lane. So I really wouldn't be surprised to see that one come out for OG. And it's going to be up to TSM to be able to respond to that.
Okay. Okay, so they get rid of the Lycan, they're really getting rid of all the Zoo. They still have, once again, the potential Visage on TSM if they want to run that.
Yeah, and this time the Ench is still open for them as well, which OG banned out in game 1.
True.
So those.
Yeah, I like the Ench, actually.
I like the Ench.
Yeah, so that's a potential solution here too with TSM. They could just open up with, once again, they'll ban out the Lone Druid. We talked earlier in our first draft how impossible it kind of feels to ban these like last pick out of nowheres, but 2 games in a row now for the Lone Druid. And can I just say very quickly before we move on to the next one, I've been really impressed with Bryle in the last game, and overall throughout this tournament, I don't think that that last game, or if you just take a look at TSM's score in isolation, really speaks for how much this guy has been doing for the team. I think he's playing at a level that is even better than he did at the Stockholm Majors, to be honest. He's playing very well.
I think the whole team is playing really well, and actually what's interesting is that all the TSM matches have been really good, and their opponents seem to be elevated by how well they're playing mechanically. Like, TSM certainly does not look like a weak team, and I don't think their scoreline necessarily represents the skill level they'll bring into this major. Sorry, to this
big event.
Major event is what I meant to say. Apologies for that, thinking about Stockholm. But yeah, the Dawnbreaker is being picked up here from TSM as well. Is this Dawnbreaker as a support?
Well, previously they've paired it together with a Chaos Knight with pretty good impact, and I feel like that's a reasonable way to go about it, right? I think this could be like a position 4 Dawnbreaker paired together with a position 1 CK. Again, it gives you that potential to go about and gank the Viper as much as possible. CK, strong laner. So if I'm TSM, I'm probably looking to go into something like Ench plus whatever core Tomato wants to be playing.
If I'm OG here, I'm really considering banning this Nyx Assassin right now. I do not want this Ench to be enabled as a core with a Furion as well. That global lineup is terrifying between these 2 heroes.
And it's now an even better Wyvern game. Into the Dawnbreaker, you just curse wherever that Solar Guardian's coming out. But it's a Lich instead. All right. New hero Pog champ. I love to see it.
That's really good, actually, because the Frost Shield damage reduction, up to 70%, will work against the Dawnbreaker's Starbreaker, right?
Well, it's a bigger deal if the Dawnbreaker's a core, of course. Like that's really what you're looking to try and itemize for. But even just for the chase down potential, right? You toss that onto a Bristleback, very effective. And if they do go down that minus armor strat that I was talking about with the CK into a Viper, that makes him very squishy. Suddenly a Lich is there with all of that physical damage reduction. Then Viper's actually able to just stand and man fight.
Oh, fascinating choice. I mean, we talked about this earlier. I think it was another panel, Richie, that we were just talking about this, where the Viper goes banned. When they need another break, what break is their Hoodwink? Yeah. And certainly still a hero that seems fine. Usually when a pair with a stronger offlaner that has some kill potential, so this might indicate Dawnbreaker's not that offlaner, but it looks like a strong hero, and it certainly looked that way before we reached.
They've got a lot of pick-off potential on TSM right now, right? You Sprout, that gives you an easy bushwhack. You don't need to use the Acorn shot. Sprout into Solar Guardian as well, able to come through. Dream Coil into Solar Guardian. So that means that OG are really going to be mindful of Amar, because he he's a great player. This game, he is very capable of feeding consistent kills unless you're constantly in place to be able to protect him. Like, they are going to be focusing hard on this Viper to make sure that he gets a slower than usual BKB, because fights just become so much easier once he's got that BKB, and probably a 4-staff is going to be on the agenda for this Lich here.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about this Hoodwink pick because I still maybe would have liked to see the Ench a bit better, if only because it has that Dispel versus this Frost Shield, which is going to be a really big problem for them. This NP is going to have a lot of difficulty scaling. If this Stormbreaker is not a core, it's not as big of a deal as you're saying, but you know, with the Luminosity crit, as well as Adesso being commonly picked up on a core Dawnbreaker, you're going to severely be needing a Dispel against that Frost Shield. So that's something that's a little bit scary. Oh, the Ogre, sorry, the Troll, pardon me.
Yeah.
What does have a Dispel on his Scepter.
I am interested by that though, because usually Lich is considered pretty strong against Troll.
Agreed.
Against BB, you just look at the way, and Troll seems very, very weak.
Right.
I mean, I guess if you go for like the Diffusal Blade build on Troll has been the more popular one these days. Bristleback could suffer to that, but it is an interesting pick. I wanted to point out one last thing that I think is interesting TSM is doing is both Sprout and Bushwhack reduce or take away your vision, right?
Yeah.
Which is particularly fantastic against these heroes like Bristleback who just come in and give vision to your whole team. Viper fulfills that role in the early. Tiny V's core also does that, and being able to prevent that initiation can be huge for TSM.
Yeah.
But the Bristle, like, he's one of those heroes that he doesn't need a, like,
vision. He just hits things.
He hits things, and you're building into like you know, a Phase Boots, Vanguard, Aghanim Scepter. You can hold on to the Quelling Blade for quite some time, right? You are able to have that item slot free to be able to deal with this lineup a little bit more effectively.
I like the starter pick. What do you think of that?
It's some instant catch that they needed for the puck outside of the Tiny. I don't think you can address it with just one hero at this stage. It's still way too good. The fact that you haven't exactly revealed what the position 1 is going to be is a little bit of a concern. I mean, if I'm TSM, they've actually gone ahead and banned the Terrorblade themselves. It would have been a great TB if they were able to get it now, just all of that high armor, but it looks like it might be a POS 1 Dawnbreaker.
I think POS 1 NP though.
Maybe. Possible. Tomato might use the Tomato Cosmetics if it's a POS 1 MP, the new one that came out, the Treants, they're all turning into tomatoes.
Right. When an Australian says that, it makes sense. Now I understand what you were trying to talk about earlier.
Yeah, the tomatoes, there we go.
He's, you know, Danog is always spamming tomato for tomato. I mean, it just never ends. Make sure you do it as well, chat. His TSM, with the win here, you know, again, do guarantee themselves that 4th place finish. OG already moving on. And with this draft, actually, I kind of favor them here, to be quite honest with you. I think Hoodwink feels slightly underwhelming.
What about you, Dunham?
I am just such a big fan of how they're able to take these team fights on OG and identify what's going to win them the team fight, right? What is the key thing that we need to be focusing on? I think that's by far the most important thing in Dota right now.
Okay, we'll see if Denong's right here and Tomatoes for Timado are going to be strong enough, or if they're going to lose the second game as well. We're going to go to our casters to narrate this wonderful encounter.
Thank you very much, Avo, and this is the second game. We'll see if OG can take it 2-0. You said there was something on the line for this second game, and are you right? Are you sure you're correct with your information?
I never am. But
never am. That's why I don't listen to him, guys.
Dude, I do think that I'm onto something, though.
Okay, you might be onto something. Are you onto something with this draft?
For OG, yes, I like the draft quite a bit, but I feel like this Nature's Prophet should really be suffering against the Viper and Slaughter lane. It's not going to be easy at all for him.
They gave him the Viper this time again. It was those bans, Timber Razor.
They should on Tiger.
Give him the Viper. I think they felt after last game they beat it with quotations in the laning stage.
Yeah.
And maybe they thought that they could do that again and work towards splitting the series. Elimination or not, there's Dota to be played. Give it your all.
Wait,
never give up.
OG, Nigma went 1-1, right?
Yes.
So if they're tied for the top 1 and 2, I believe there's going to be a coin flip to decide who's first.
No. I'm not going to guess. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not guessing.
Yeah, check the rules.
I don't want to check the rules. I don't have the rule book in front of me.
It's right there.
Oh, it is right in front of me. It says, this is unofficial information. This is the Wikipedia. Come on.
Yeah.
If there is a tie over 3rd or 4th,
picks were made.
Yeah. I couldn't read it all. Tiebreaker matches will be played. 2-way tie BO3, more than 2-way BO1. For ties, that are not resolved via tiebreakers, the following metrics will be used. Head-to-head, number of 2-0 series, record versus the first team below the tied teams, continuing to each subsequent team below the tied teams until the tie is resolved. 4, coin flip.
What does randomization mean?
Randomization.
RNG generator?
Maybe. Like a number generator. I never get picked.
I choose 1, 3, and 5.
I mean, I guess you're playing them. Oh, what is this? This all chatting going on?
Big stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
Big
fan, Misha. Same. Liar. A little bit of with the cleanest room. You know, all that. Thank you. We'll see. We'll see how this game goes. Let's start breaking it down a little bit. We'll give our cooperative Nostradamus prediction. That's the right words, yeah?
Sure.
Cool. Well, Tomato's reconnected, but we'll continue. Laning stage, who do you think wins? How do you think each lane goes? Winner, loser?
Okay, let me see. So we have 5. Alright, so bot lane should go the way of TSM.
Okay.
Prophet and Dawnbreaker are very strong early on, especially. And you have the free refill, which is very strong against Viper.
True.
And Slaughter shouldn't really be able to get on top of you. Easily, at least. Then mid lane, Tiny versus Puck. Wow, just like the last game. So it's going to be 5-5 trade farm lane again. And then we have, what is it, Hoodwink and Brewmaster against... Alright, Lich and Bristleback should destroy that lane, like, real hard.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the lanes, if you're going to predict it correctly. I'll come back to you for mid-game in just a moment, because we are going through the portal into this game number 2.
Yeah.
And it should be a fun one. I'm excited. The first game was fun. I thought it was very back and forth. I think TSM had their moments.
They played the lineup very well. It was just unfortunate they made like 1 or 2 really grief mistakes.
Yeah.
That ultimately ended up costing them the game. And it was purely based because on them having a lineup that is meant to play aggressively, right? Sometimes you're a little bit over-aggressive. You get punished for it.
Sometimes you're over-aggressive and you win the game. It's 50-50.
It is 50-50, always in life, isn't it? But Roshan is like an absolute pushover this game. At least if OG does it.
Right.
Slaughter plus Bristleback, like, he's gonna die in like 5 seconds.
Okay.
Or 4.
Or 3.
3.5.
Okay, we can agree on that. That's fine.
Yeah.
So we've seen safe lane Bristle here. We've seen it in the past at TPC. What's your favorite build with this Bristle? And hold that thought, because I think Saberlight, he might be in a lot of trouble here. They've got the tree toss. Saberlight, he'll turn around knowing he's dead. BZM recording first blood. OG, I think, what, second game in a row that they're getting first blood in this series?
Yeah, it's, I don't know if you didn't expect them to be 4 there. Maybe they thought it would be 4 in the bottom row instead. But yeah, that's the first part for the Tiny, which is going to make the mid lane quite a bit harder for the Puck. And your question was what again? Sorry, I never really listened to you.
Nothing. Now you've insulted me.
Don't be like that.
now I've got nothing. Amar's on the Slardar, Taiga's on the Viper. Baited them, thinking maybe Viper was Amar's hero.
Yeah, they also played as 5 on Misha, so they're very flexible with that Viper pick. I'm just curious why exactly they picked the Slaughter. Obviously, it's very good against the Prophet, because usually Prophet's strong timing is that like BKB. But when you're a Slaughter, you don't really care too much about the BKB.
Pretty true. Some may refute your knowledge, but then they get called out for it, because you've been right.
Thank you.
About, what, 95% of the time?
Around there.
I'll give you 96.
Everybody's allowed some mistakes, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Come on. Wouldn't be life without some mistakes. 7-0 for this Puck over mid. We saw Bryle have a very good start in the first game. I mean, realistically, TSM as a whole had a pretty good start. They opened up the game for Tomato quite a bit on that Terrorblade. Now, this time around, they've got a Puck, a hero we've talked about that makes its moves, gets that 6, maybe is the jumping off point for the side lanes, because he comes over, Dream Coil, you get 1 or 2 kills, and your side lanes might feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah, this game is not as free of a Puck game as it was last game, though. It's going to be the Slaughter as well as the Sinister Gaze of Lich. You have the Tiny Avalanche as well that you can't phase shift through. Until you get a Kai Sanch at least. And yeah, it's not gonna be easy. We have to see how strong Tomato gets early on. And Yuragi didn't skill into the goo just yet. Once that comes out together with the Frost Nova, there's a lot of aggressive potential.
That viscous nasal goo, quite thick and
Gooey.
And gooey. Don't want to be having that all over you. And no. Saberlight's on this Brewmaster. We haven't seen a lot when we've been casting Chinese Dota. We've seen it here or there, maybe in the 5, maybe in the 3. In this game, how do you think it's going to do?
It really depends on how good Saberlight plays the hero. It's very much like an expert sort of hero, where we have seen, as you said, in China even, some players are amazing with it. It looks absolutely broken. Others are like, it just makes it look very average. So we'll see how Saberlight performs on this.
I mean, wasn't it one of the lower teams in the division that like
CDC,
ratted? Yeah, CDC in Division 2, who ended up getting promoted, were basically using, what, Ag's Refresher to just use those charges to take towers and buildings. It was disgusting. Moomiander, meanwhile, he's getting low. Those quills are hitting, but they're not killing just yet. You don't want to get too many quills in you. I've seen so many pictures of people who have messed with porcupines in the past.
Yeah.
Even dogs accidentally bite the porcupine, and they're just like, this is my life now.
Spikes are never fun. Even the spiky fences.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you tried to climb one as a kid for fun.
Yuragi. Saberlight, you need to be careful. The turn is potentially there. But he, again, still hasn't gone into the viscous nasal goo. He goes level 2 into the quills. So he wants to maybe just feel a little bit more confident. He's got this ring of health. He can step forward, throw the quills, add that damage, and potentially get a kill that way, especially with the Lich getting a level or 2. But I say that, Misha's been caught. He'll ask Ferocious help, but he won't abide. Moomiander gets credit for the kill over on that Lich, and Moomiander coming out of the lane for a second does allow Saberlight to get a little bit by himself. But it's not really changing much for where Yuragi's at in his game plan.
You never get the bash when you want it. He really wanted the bash there to get the deny. But yeah, never happening if you want it, only if you don't want it. And level 4 for Bristol. Okay, he goes to the goo.
Saberlight, Viscous Nasal Goo. They've got the Sinister Gaze, and how sinister is this gank? Not really at all. That was a low-level villain.
Yeah. Still growing, early game.
Yeah.
How do we call them? Moomiander actually now. There's the Bushwhack, of course.
Yeah, but he's trying. Ooh, that was a good job there by Yuragi using that Quelling Blade to take away the tree potentially. Then he might have even been Bushwhacked too.
Yeah. Honestly, you can never really get Bushwhacked in the middle of the lane, just because if you're very on top of your game, you can always Quelling Blade the tree that's gonna come out.
And you can kind of see what he's doing. He's Quelling Blading. He's quelling. Don't even use the word blade. Hold on. Saberlight. He's going in. He's looking for Misha. Misha's got the help of his shield, so Saberlight, he's in some trouble. They want a high 5. They'll go after Moomiander next. He needs to run, but these quills hurt. They're going to stack Bushwhacks there. Moomiander should, with that, survive. And as I was saying, you know, Yuragi's using that Quelling Blade to chop down these trees to make it harder for the Bushwhacks to land if they want to make that pressure move.
Yeah, it's the same as when you play against a tree, right? You just want to get rid of as many trees as possible. But this is very good for Hoodwink though, because he's going to reach level 6 fast, which means you get into the Sharpshooter fast, and that is the biggest problem Bristol Black will have to deal with for a long time in this game.
I guess the question becomes, do they have the control then and follow that up and, you know, make the kills and make the plays happen?
Misha in trouble again potentially. No mana on the puck.
Avalanche toss coming through into Moomiander. Now he's the one in trouble, and dead BZM. Happy for the feed, the injection of gold. They've got the Starbreaker coming through on a Taiga on this Viper, doing some damage on a Bryle. Dream Coil committed. Phase shift. No Avalanche for a second. Does landed on the edge. Oh, Bryle's so close to dead, and he's got no boots. He's on the run. Tiny's trying to catch up. He'll pick up a tree. High 5, Bryle. Oh, phase shift. No. Not tricked. BZM, he's got it. He's got the kill, and the crowd's excited about that one.
Yeah, boots of speed. Boots of speed, saving lives. Not today though. Oh, he's getting pulled back in on Moomiander. Viper's ping as well. Do they have enough slow to kill him? He has no TP. Oh, they're staying on top of him, and he's gone.
Yeah, he is looking like he's to die eventually. Bottom lane too, Tomato, he's in trouble. Slithering Crush, Sprout. Ooh,
One more hit.
Creeps blocking him. Oh.
Both.
The Treants, the Creeps, they were all against Samar on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, both of us, actually, and then the way I was putting it metaphorically, I guess.
And we know how much Amar likes getting tipped. He's definitely going to get tipped back with Tomato. Maybe even right now.
Oh, yeah. Now he's got the help from Taiga. Welcome back to the lane. This is a welcome party. Tomato wants mercy, but they ain't going to give it to him.
Yeah. And it's kind of the problem that you're running into when your native proper against Slaughter. Like, he's level 6 now, so the same is pretty much possible.
Oh, gosh.
Just
Saberlight. What? Avalanche toss? Okay.
He just ran in that
That is not what you want. Sinister Gaze, they'll go after Bryle. He's got the Illusory Orb, so he should survive it all. Moonmeander missing the Bushwhack, too. That is not what you want, and especially not what you want from Saberlight.
Yeah, I don't even know how he ended up there, and low enough HP to actually get burst down. Now Moonmeander, dead as well.
Gosh.
Coil on the Lich.
Yeah, well, Misha, he'll not survive this. It's a trade, I guess. But this feels like more of a...
Hasted Viper. He might be in trouble.
Oh, Bryle on the run. High five again? Okay. Well, that's not going to work out for you.
Now, why does the tree toss give vision and slows and damages? What else does it need to do?
And if you've got the shard, it cleaves. Well,
Cleaves either way.
it stays, you know what I mean? You get to keep it.
Oh, Dubu getting amplified. You never want to be amplified. He's going to slow somebody
you
hammer.
don't.
And...
Oh, boy. Level 6 on the Viper. They'll run down Dubu. It is just all OG at the moment. They are 4,000 net worth. Oh, my.
Do you like the sound when Slaughter bashes someone? It sounds so violent, right?
It's very... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is... Sounds like it hurts. As it should. Highest amount of kills at 9 minutes on any hero this event. 6. We were doing a lot of 9-minute stats. We had the last hit stat that came up at 9 minutes. Avalanche toss. Who will get the last hit of said kill if they get it? They go into the primal split. They'll look with the hammer and the Starbreaker. The Celestial Hammer does the damage. The Starbreaker gets the kill, and Dubu will get credit for that one on Misha. They've got the Bushwhack to follow this up. It's hard to kill the Bristleback. They're going to try, though, but his back is bristled, and his bite is deafening. They'll go in. They'll get the kill on the Saberlight. This is not looking too great at the moment. Maybe if they get the kill on the Bristle, but it's already costing them so much, and they're running around. They get the kill on Dubu as well as Bryle. Finally, Yuragi dies, but Moonmeander falls. It's 4 heroes dead. On the side of TSM, they are throwing bodies and hoping something sticks.
Yeah, and guess who doesn't give a damn about any of that? Yep, it's Amar. He's Mask of Madness. He's happy. He's farming creeps.
3rd on the net worth.
Yeah.
Very far ahead of these other heroes.
The Tiny, though, is becoming an absolute
Monster.
menace.
A boulder, if you will. He's not so tiny anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly not. Even Taiga on his 4 Viper, like, seems so impactful. It's actually kind of crazy.
Tiny's not a hero that snowballs. He rock slides. Right?
Avalanches.
That too. Well, that's snow. Just rock is rock sliding.
The CT Mado running at him. They have no Blink Dagger initiation, but he gets rooted actually.
Oh no!
Okay.
Tomato, that's not what you want. Avalanche comes in. By the way, Dubu's dead. Amar, he's got another the Sinister Gaze to lock down Tomato. That's going to be 2 around the map. This is a monster kill streak for BZM. Really just disgusting what they're able to accomplish right now.
He's into the Midas on the Prophet, but he is very, very, very underfarmed, obviously. Going to puck again, can't get out.
Avalanche toss, Bryle, oh boy.
The poison! Okay, he's fine.
Is he fine? Alright, you say that, and he's forced to use Dream Foil defensively again. Not this time.
Not this time.
Ooh, Wrath of Nature.
Not that wrathful play.
Yeah, not yet, but they are up top with 3 heroes. They're trying to get a tier 1 tower, and they will. So they succeed in getting something here.
And guess who doesn't give a crap about anything? Still Amar.
Amar.
It is still Amar. I love the way he plays. It's just so, like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I wonder if they're like, hey, Amar, can you TP? He's like, no, I'm farming.
What do you think?
What do you
the
mean?
answer to that? Yeah.
I'm farming heroes. I'm farming creeps. Like, what do you want from me? I'm 2-0-1, 86-15. Oh, by the way, Bristol, I have more net worth than you. Oh my. He's going BKB Blink on that Sword Art Knife. Tomato, what do you got over here? Got yourself that Midas, you're looking for the Maelstrom, but you still sit pretty far behind.
Yeah, Slaughter is going to have a Blink Dagger now, and if he finds that Prophet split pushing ever, he's just dead. There's nothing you can do. You can't sprout him. Well, I guess you could sprout him, but Sprint also gives you unit walking, obviously, so you don't even need Phase Boots on the hero. You're dead.
Ooh.
That was a shot on the miss.
Gotta calibrate the scope on that one. Viper Strike waiting Rift. They've got themselves the silence. They're gonna look here for Taiga. They've got 4 heroes joining into this one. Is that really what you want to be doing to commit here onto the 4 position Viper? It's a lot, but they don't lose anything, so it is a positive.
Yeah, certainly is. So Amar sitting at 2.3k gold. Didn't buy the Blink yet, didn't buy any components yet. He's probably thinking hard.
He's waiting to hear what you say.
Oh. Well, he already bought it, so I can't say it now. But I wanted to say, yeah, I was going to buy
well,
Blink.
you were talking about Blink before, so maybe he caught up and...
Oh, right, stream delay, whatnot.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
They're definitely not watching stream, guys. Come on, Rise. I was going to do a little bit of chat interaction, see if they were going to go BKB or Blink, and let chat decide.
Chat's always wrong, even if they're right.
Chat's 14k, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Combined.
Sorry. It's insulting a lot of people. I'm in chat right now.
You should be working. What are you doing in chat?
Not actually. But BZM, he's farming. He's top of the net worth. He's rolling like a boulder.
He also has a double damage and 300 gold away from Blink. And then they have 2 Blinks. And they can also do Roshan whenever they want. This game is very, very open right now for OG. Looking for Saberlight, but he's just waddling away.
Doing the waddle.
Can you call it waddling, what Brewmaster does? Sort of, kind of? A little bit?
I don't know. It's more like the upper body. I guess it's a little waddle.
Yeah.
You know, it's really where the gravity falls on him.
You know, farming
waddling.
3 lanes in Dota B-Cup is usually illegal.
Yeah.
But OG has been doing it for like the whole game.
The whole tournament. Like seriously, we talk about it a lot with OG, right? That the fact that they get away with where they're able to farm so aggressively and they're not getting punished. It's 16-7. They have a 5k lead. You talked about Amar. He's got a lot of farm. Like all 3 cores on the side of OG are super farmed for this moment.
Yeah.
They want to grab Bryle, but
they're gonna blink on Tiny now too. So who is safe? Nobody.
Nobody. Tomato may not even be safe here. Had his tier 2.
But he wants to be safe.
You'd like to think so. Top lane. Blink looking for the Slithering Crush. He's got himself the Corrosive Haze out onto Moomiander. And he's just going to give up. There are multiple fights going on. It's a 2-pronged attack. The Solar Guardian comes out. It's going to slam down out onto the Bristleback. Yuragi saved by the Sinister Gaze of Misha, who's sprouted up. I mean, it feels like Misha's really not taking that much damage from this Nature's Prophet. They get the kill on the Saberlight. He's not able to get the Primal Split off. Dream Coil is used. Yuragi still soaking all this damage. They are not going to kill the Bristleback. He's able to run that down the Celestial Hammer down, but they don't want to jump towards it. They just want to burn some trees and maybe deter OG, but that's not happening. Great phase shift from Brow to avoid the Slither Crush coming out from Amar. And it's a 1-for-1. They finally did take Misha, but they never got Yuragi. He was at about 100 health and still oh so confident.
Yeah, also nice off dodge at the very end there. Otherwise, he might have died. Potentially not. But yeah, he's very close to his Agon Scepter now, and then they're probably just going to go Roche.
And that goo gets even thicker.
And more widely spread.
Yeah. Starts to get spelled with 2 C's. So OG, you know, they're not trading too much. They're still farming around the map. They're extending their lead. What do TSM have to do?
I mean, they're running a Prophet lineup, and Prophet lineups are always designed to be very aggressive. So Brewmaster and Puck will have to find some openings that Natural Prophet can TP into, and they need to start killing heroes. They were not supposed to be 7k behind at this point. 8k, sorry. Because they don't have a whole lot of damage right now. Bristleback is very tanky, Tiny is really tanky. So Slarda, like, who are you gonna focus? Pick your poison.
I pick Viper because he's got poison. Thank you. I appreciate the chuckle. You're chuckling, chat saying cringe. It's okay.
There's some ha-has in chat, sure.
It's a little ha-ha.
Yeah.
By the way, Tiny going Axe. I'm interested in that.
Tiny going Axe, okay, yeah. Makes perfect sense with Echo Saber because all the time, every time you get hit by a tree, you get slowed with the Echo Saber slow. And that's also basically like the quote-unquote hard carry build out of the mid nowadays. You go into that, and then Silver Edge, and just pure damage. You become like an artillery basically. Which is very good because you already have a Bristleback at the front, you have a Slot at the front. If any hero is amped and you throw these trees at them, they're dead.
Oh, okay.
Anyone.
Look at that TP out. On the cliff, being the ward himself. It's like when SpongeBob was becoming the flower, saying photosynthesis. Motto was up there saying, I am the ward.
Yeah, he must have been because he's trying to build an Agnum Scepter on Profit Carry, which is really unusual because usually it doesn't really do a whole lot, especially against BKBs. It gives you a nice root, but nobody wants that.
So
Might just be a placeholder, you know.
Okay.
Don't get too excited. But it's not that good.
I am excited though. Already.
You got past this hot.
Yeah, they might be able to get this kill here out on a Brile. Oh gosh. Yeah, never in doubt. There was a lot of damage there that came through and ended up getting this puck down and out.
Oh, look at Roshan now.
Yeah, they're gonna go for Roche. They're trying to take this Aegis. First Aegis of the game. Look how quickly he dies. Where's your armor, Roche? Well, you're supposed to be this mini boss. They'll go for BZM. They've got the sharpshooter, but here come the TPs. David Saberlight goes down. Dubu drops. 3 heroes gone inside of TSM. That was with Brio dropping top. Double kill for Amar. Comes with him all the way across the map. And they end up getting the Tiny. They get the Lich, so it's not nothing for that, but it's costly.
Yeah, they actually made up 2k gold difference in that fight, despite trading like even heroes, because they killed a very, very, very rich Tiny. How is Timado looking? Still has the axe queued up. I just don't think he's gonna go through.
Sure. Maybe. I'd love to know what he was thinking. I want live comms. Look at this heat map. So he's been around a while.
Yeah. Well, his national property can be anywhere at any point in the game, right?
But he does have some bright lights there on that heat map. So he's been in specific places, obviously longer, even though he's got access to everything.
I mean, he likes the enemy triangle because it's the safest spot on the map right now.
Ooh. Acorn shot, Bushwhack trying to pick up the double damage, still commits to it, and now he wants Moomiander. Okay, my life may be low, but yours is none. And that means Taiga wins.
Quite
for sure.
handily too. It was an unfair fight though.
2v1.
Backed him up, exactly. And he's still looking for more heroes. He has a BKB now, so I don't even know who can stop him. Well, Timado's dead.
Yeah, this isn't looking good. The right clicks are in, and the damage is out. It's just not looking good here for Timado. Is he still committed to that Ag? No, he's going Gleipnir.
Yeah, the Axe would have made no sense.
But this is a very rough time to deal with as Puck TP. Oh, Blink looking for it. There was the gas he tried. That would have been super impressive.
Yeah, was very, very close. The radar a little bit broken. Need to recalibrate that. And they're probably just going to be looking to destroy the mid tower now. What's Tiger going for? Good old Rave Pact, of course.
Ooh, Tiny's got the axe.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of damage. It really will be. Like, if he catches the Puck solo now, he's just dead. At least if he next to trees. Because, believe it or not, because that axe does nothing, there's no trees around.
So it could be a waste of 4,200 gold, you're telling me.
If they buy 5 Quelling Blades on TSM and cut the whole map, yes.
I love that the tree volley icon looks like Swords of Revealing Light. Basically what it's doing.
Yeah. He's just, so you're saying BGM is basically Yugi?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I'm hard pressed to say if that's the right answer. I feel like, if anything, Yuragi's closest to Yugi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would make sense. Uh-oh.
I wonder if he wants to change his size and whatnot.
No, he gets a little bit taller. I mean, that's what I could wish for.
Oh, you're fine, man. You're fine.
Oh,
the
only one tree.
The crit. Oh, yeah. I'm just kidding. He doesn't have any crit.
Tomatoes.
Fake drama. Oh, they didn't know he's there?
Uh-oh.
Must be.
Amari wants it. He spots Tomato. There's the Sprout, but... Well, all right. Greater Treant. Not sure that's going to matter. Avalanche comes in. Toss up right on top. There's a bash. A couple more right clicks. And, well, Tomato's been squished into some ketchup.
It is just so simple. And we already spoke about it, right? Nexus Prophet in this game really doesn't have any good matchups. They picked the Prophet really early into the draft, right? They must have. Because like, all the cores are very good against him. Quite surprising they put him as a carry. So Bridal still pushing out the bot lane. Amaz waiting. Oh, if he gets a bash, he might be dead. Ooh. Ooh. Ah.
That's a little sneak peek at our rap album.
He is going into
Dream Coil. All right, Age is gone.
Wow, but it was about to expire.
Yeah,
maybe not that
kind of worked out in their favor. They've got the nice Spire down. Bushwhack lands on it too, so maybe they can follow this up. They've got the Sharpshooter that lands on the Misha. They get the kill there onto the Lich. They wanted that to hit onto the Bristleback though. All right, Saberlight. He's going to Cyclone this Bristle. He needs to keep the Bears alive this time. But there goes one, there goes two. Now this last one's an endangered species, and they just exterminate him. They have made his Bears extinct.
That damage is absolutely ridiculous. Now Puck is a little bit trapped in the top lane. 40 seconds cooldown on his TP. Mars looking for him.
Going all the way back. Uh-oh.
The fish anglers are tinkling.
Can he catch him? Blink and blink. But now he's got the catch-up. Not with Tomato left. Catch-up, not catch-up.
Oh, they're all hunting him, though.
Yeah, they
he's got
want
the fake.
Ryle.
He's going to use his really well.
Spire.
Wow.
Chain Frost, one shot. All right. And now he's taking him on a trip.
No TP for
Just doesn't have his rocket ship.
Ow, 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 ow,
ow! Well, no, that, yeah. Okay, that's going to hurt.
I like how he voice chatted because he thought he was safe and pop up.
And then he's gone. Bottom lane, Starbreaker, Tomato. I mean, maybe him and Dubu want to try and make something happen, but Yuragi's pleased to take this fight. He's ready to high-five you, and with that hand, smack you down. But, well, instead, Dubu, he'll TP out, and he'll high-five Tomato back in the base. Okay.
Tomato's going for Nullifier, so he's placing very high stock into dispelling the Frost Shield, of course. That could potentially be a big problem, but they just have a massive lack of damage. They can't kill the Bristol, they can't kill the Tiny, probably not even the Slaughter, who's going to a Moonshot, so he's going full, like, right-click damage.
They have a massive lack of survivability, too.
That's always the case against Slaughter, though. It just makes you feel so squishy. Do you see that Puck at full health? 2 trees, boom, boom, he was gone.
Yeah. It is not fun.
And they're hitting the high ground and no one's there to defend. I mean, at this rate, it might just be a free wreck. There's a Wraith Pact as well.
Well, you've got a lot of extra damage coming from the 10 stacks of the Warpath. Hitting for just about 600. When you've got all 10 stacks up.
Yeah, that's flat as well.
It's free racks, then they move over mid.
I mean, Tomato's just TPing in and canceling it every time. He's like, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to do at this point.
It's very tough, down 15,000 net worth. He's trying to push out bottom with the Greater Treants and the Gleipnir, but he needs to be careful. He's been spotted multiple times.
Stuck on the little hill.
Is that a little name tag?
I feel bad for him. Yeah, he has a name tag.
What do we call him?
Joshua.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe a Jeff or a Cooper. I don't know. That one's Cooper.
Justin?
Justin? No. No.
Christopher.
Sure, because he's walking here.
Exactly. Well, mid-range also no defense. Like, they're just giving up their Rexes for free. Second time now.
Every single time it feels like they're just giving him up for free. And here comes the volley, but oh Molly, that ain't on it. He'll just pick up another tree and he will just go for the racks, and there goes the second set. Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah,
Tomato wants to feed the trees, but he's getting fed trees forcefully. They've got the Solar Guardian coming in with the right clicks coming in from Taiga. They get the kill to Saberlight. They'll take out Dubu. 2 heroes gone to the side of TSM. And again, a tier 3 looking free to drop, as well as the racks. It's going to be mega creeps and, well, a lot of hope lost here for TSM in bringing this game back. I say that, though, top tier 3, that goes down. Tomatoes in with Bryle, so they're base racing, and I don't know if you can see me, but I am throwing quotes up because there's the tree volley, there's the kill on a 1. They'll take out Bryle, take them both out. Base race this because we just erased you.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left in the tank.
They'll fly back on
Saberlight. Yeah, but Urag is there. He's hitting real hard. Be careful.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, with your panda, he's hitting real hard.
These pandas don't survive long. Oh no. Well, 2 pandas gone, make it a third. 1, 2, 3 bears, you're out. Or 3 pandas, you're out in the old ball game here. And Uragi, Misha, they're getting joined with the entire side of OG as they open up the throne. And the tree volley into the base. Moomiander, you're not even safe in your home. Avalanche, they want to toss them out. They're going to make you feel it if you don't call GG. Dubu drops. GG is called, and OG, they take the GG and get the 2-0.
Making it look real easy in game 2. Their draft was quite a bit stronger. Like, I don't understand how they ended up with the carry profit, because he had like 3 pretty bad matchups.
Right.
But yeah, this win was pretty important for OG, I think, because that now means that they're overtaking the previous #1 leader with 6-2. And as we all know, the winner of the group goes directly to the semifinal.
Okay.
So that's
all right.
a break tomorrow, I believe, for them, right?
I don't know for sure. We'll see how the brackets play out. I'm not sure. But we'll get that information a little bit later. I do know it does push them into a higher prize pool. It pushes them right there. It is quite nice of